Right. So, as part of our business analysis learning is concerned, we have discussed about many topics over a period of time about the regular PE, right? So, healthcare PA, followed by this domain specific, either it can be banking, insurance, payments, all that. Today, we are going to discuss about how the business analyst or analysis skills are something uh, connected to artificial intelligence and machine learning. Because AIML, importance of AIML is increasing in each and every phase of the business activity that we are performing in regular days, irrespective of the domain that we belongs to. Either we may be in insurance, we may be in healthcare, we may be in banking, finance, logistics, all these. Understanding and as adopting AML process is becoming important because we can understand different patterns. We can write some algorithms so that system can take a decision. Complex decisions can be taken by the system alone. That's what the overall understanding about artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, if you try to understand this from the business analyst perspective, because being a business analyst, what something that role that we are going to play, like what role as a business analyst we are playing under artificial intelligence. At the same time, this empowers business analysts to automate analysis and drive insights based upon the business situation that we have identified, or the kind of problem or the problems that were identified by us. We need to come up with some solution, right? So if you want to come up with some solution, business analysis has to be made. But the different challenges we come across, different situations we see, that everything has to overcome to identify the actual business problem or the pain points which customer is facing. This can be possible using AI and ML, right? So because we can automate the analysis process of the business situation, problems, all this, so that we can drive towards the required insights that is to be presented. The third one, business decisions can also be taken effectively because whatever the business decisions that we are taking is completely data driven, because there is a data will be analyzed based on the evidence of the data that we have collected. Business decisions can be taken so that business decisions will be more accurate to implement in organization, either in present as well as in the long run. So these are the three major advantages we see when we are adopting artificial intelligence and machine learning in PA. One is evolving AI-driven world. Second, we can empower business analysts to automate analysis process. How this can be done? There are multiple tools that we use. For example, if you take AWS, we have AWS SageMaker, all that, right? So we can automate analysis. We can drive insights. At the same time, business decisions are becoming increasingly important. At the same time, this can increase even for data-driven purposes, all that. Now, why AIML is important for business analyst, right? So, as in when we are working as a business analyst, either we may be in the functional side of a BA, or we may be in the technical side of a business analyst. In what way AI and ML is useful for an role called business analyst, right? So, as a business, it's important for us to extract the patterns from the large data sets, because data sets or the data that we see will not be in the structured format. It is an unstructured format. Sometimes different data we collected, which is not structured so far. So we have to extract patterns from the large data sets. That is one advantage we see for a business analyst, so that decision making can be more evident and possible and accurate. Second, we can automate repetitive and manual analysis of tasks, whatever the task that we are generating. So we can automate repetitive and as less manual analysis of tasks can be done using adopting AI and ML in business analysis. That is second. Next, we can enable predictive analysis, prescriptive analytics, because analytical understanding and analytical decision making is more important, so that we can enable predictive and prescriptive analytics here. We can even enhance customer experience and as well as decision making. So these are the reasons and these are the advantages we see in business analyst role by adopting artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, if you have taken these use cases for BA, predictive analytics, nothing but forecast demand, wherein if you want to know about the demand, forecast demand in future for a particular product or any kind of revenue, right? So how this revenue can increase, what could be the possible risk, everything is part of predictive analytics. Next is sentimental analysis, wherein we understand the customer feedback. For example, if we are delivering, if we are coming up with some product, right? So we must be knowing about the satisfaction of the customer, right? So where are we require us to improve? So we need customer feedback. So sentimental analysis is second. Third, process automation, right? So process automation where uh, implementing robotic process automation where you're using UiPath, OpenSpan, Blue Prism, automation anywhere, all that. That can be even implemented. That's where you see many job opportunities in RPA, business analyst or UiPath business analyst, something, right? So the process can be automated so that you can reduce the manpower, you can reduce the risk of human errors that can arise, and this work for 24/7 because being a human, we cannot work for more than the limited time, whereas machines can. Okay, process can be automated. Repetitive process even. Repetitive process can be automated even. Next, fraud detection. If there is any fraud detection identified in the finance, insurance, and banking, this is another example you can see. At the same time, for any systems for any products and services, which is for the personalization. These are all the different use cases we see in artificial intelligence machine learning. So being a business analyst, it's not only about the kind of skill sets that we are required to adopt. At the same time, we must be knowing about, we must learn about predictive analytics. We must be knowing about sentimental analysis. There are, of course, there are tools which we are going to discuss in over a period of time, right? So sentimental analysis, what kind of tools, predictive analytics we have. Even for process automation, as a tool, UiPath can be used. Even for fraud detection, we have some paid tools in finance insurance. Of course, those are all premium tools available for fraud detections. Everything can be done under the BA, right? So these are the couple of use cases we can see in AIML. Now, what tools are we using? Okay, this is something that you need to know. As I already mentioned in the beginning, repeating the same. For artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are using Azure as a cloud. Azure ML is something that we are using. Followed by this AWS SageMaker, which is so prominent in the field of AWS cloud environment. And Google Vertex AI is an optional because this point that I was mentioning here is optional because these two are something that we are using it, but Google Vertex AI is optional here. For data visualization, any one, I mentioned Power BI and Tableau, but my preference is more of Power BI because I teach more of Power BI earlier even, so that I am covering that. For data visualization, we are using Power BI here. For automation, I already told you UiPath and automation anywhere, but I am taking UiPath so that we can easy for us to install software board so that we can create repetitive tasks, etc. Some programming knowledge is required. So both open source Python and R programming, both are open source. You know already, right? So Python is open source and even R programming as well. But Python, majorly people are using Python for data analysis projects and all. So I do it. Some part of R programming understanding is also I'm providing. So these are the tools as a BA, apart from the BA skill sets that we have. When we want to adopt or when we want to convert ourselves into AML experience as a BA with AML experience. So these are the skill sets or these are the tools. There were many, but As far as the teaching is concerned, there will be limitations, right? You cannot learn everything. So these are the fundamental, these are the basic and important tools that do. These are the important tools where we undergo the training. One is on Azure AML and Azure AWS SageMaker and Power BI, UiPath and Python. Right? So these are the major tools and techniques you will be learning as course of business analyst AIML. This is what the tools you will be learning apart from the skill set of BA that we have. Okay, that is optional. Now, when it comes to the business analyst workflow with AIML integration, first we need to define the problem as in when you know. But as a BA, what we do, right? So we try to understand the business situation, all that. So in spite of it, we gather and clean the data that we have taken. Either it need not be a structured data, it can be an unstructured data as well. Using this machine learning models for analysis and all, we clean the data and we structure the data here. We visualize the insights using Power BI. Finally, we recommend data-driven decisions accordingly. It's more or less like BA, including some data analysis knowledge as well. This is what something it will be useful here. Now, why is this AML is benefit for BA? Because it is for faster decision making for accurate insights. That is one advantage you have. Deeper understanding over the business through different predictive models. That is one more advantage you see. At the same time, it also improves the operational efficiency and automation. At the same time, it also enhances the competitive advantage. So these are the benefits you see as a BA when we are learning artificial intelligence and machine learning. Our decisions making will be most fast and accurate. We'll get a deeper understanding over the business. From the predictive perspective, what could be the future decision, right? So that can be taken accurately without any confusion or something. And improving operational efficiency and automation and enhancing competitive advantage. These are the benefits you see in AML for business analyst. Now, as a BA, depends on the professional experience that we come across. There could be some possibility of challenges we come across. So what are those? Because we need to know about pros and cons as well, right? Challenges and consideration. One is about the data quality and availability issues. Could be one issue. Make sure we need to have a sample data with us for training, which is available already. Next, model explainability and transparency across must be one of the concern. Next, integration with existing business systems because servers are highly configured, highly secure, right? So integration may not be possible. That could be one challenge. So practically that cannot be done because we cannot connect with external servers. But understanding all the integration process, anyway, that can be learned. That is itself is sufficient initially to initiate with because we cannot connect with external servers, right? We have the limitations for that. Next, upskilling in change management and challenges is also one of the challenges that we can see. So these are the challenges and considerations that we can see. Now, future of business analysis, this is all about, right? So what is the future? Because many people can ask me, Raj, so what is the future for business analyst when I'm learning AIML? So you can transform yourself into generative AI because that will be assisting, generative AI will assist you in requirement gathering. That is one thing that is advantage. That is what something that you can learn. Because our AI assistance will be for business process model and automation because now and then we are using a lot of tools. So AI assisted business process modeling and automation can be added. We can create predictive dashboards so that using even Power BI and all, we can create predictive dashboards as well. At the same time, BA can become a data-driven strategy leaders also. So these are the advantages or these are because anyone, whoever is learning this may have a doubt, right? So what will be my future, right? So to what extent this AML is being used, to what extent it is being used in BA in future, okay? Future, this is the roadmap I can give you on a whole. Okay, this is also, of course, this is about the conclusions, key takeaways. That is common anyway. Conclusions, as in when we are concluding like empowering BA with shift to descriptive predictive analytics and all. We have to upskill AI-driven tools, as I told you earlier, right? AWS SageMaker, everything that you'll be learning. So that it is more useful as a BA for us to bridge the gap between business and data sciences and data analytics. This is what generally you will be learning under business analyst use of AIML. So a couple of videos I have made already earlier as a premium content that I have delivered. This is one of the program for BA AIML is all about.